Only Dr. Hans Sarkov, formerly at NASA, has provided any explanation.
Good evening, Retrovision! Can we please step away from the consoles? Can we please have your attention at the front of the room? I would like to hand you over to Mr. Mark Rayson.
I know I've been saying hello to you all day, but I always say that at the start of this, don't I? How are we? You alright? Good. Welcome to the 10th year of Retrovision. 10 years of Retrovision. 18 shows, 10 years, and we're still going to come back next February and do it. How was the barbecue earlier? Was it good?
Awesome!
Yeah. I saw a couple of pig sausages, but I reckon beer man deserves a big round of applause for him. You star. I didn't realise you sweated that much. Luckily not into the food. Well, not much, as Steve says. Actually, and thank you to the vegetarians for coming along, you pain in the arse. Actually, I was speaking to Steve about it earlier. I said, seriously mate, I mean, look, how long have you been a vegetarian? He said, well, since I stopped eating meat. There are other stories I could tell, but I won't. Okay, just a couple of big thank yous before we actually get on with all this. This is a free gig, as you all know, because none of you have paid for tickets. If you have, tell me, because I haven't got the money. It's all for charity. It's all for the cancer charity, because we have lost two very, very dear people to the whole retro scene. What we've raised so far, I just wanted to cover that, because with the PayPal and donations that I've received today, and also what has already gone to Macmillan via another little route, we've raised just over 300 quid before the auction. So let you know how that money is going to work. What we're basically going to do, once we get the full total, hopefully the full total over later tonight or tomorrow morning, that money will be halved and actually given to the people, the families of the two people who died. Because I want to leave it up to them to take it to the charity or do with it actually as they wish. And that's what we've agreed with them, and that's what we're going to do, which I think is an amazing thing. So thank you so much for donating so far. If you do want to put something in the pot, just see me please, and I'll be happy to write that down. So to cover the two people who we've lost, Ian Muir, Elysian off Yak Yak. You know, he was such a great, wonderful guy, and he supported us massively, especially in the early days when we were actually trying to get Retrovision going well. And of course, he was also Nima off World of Warcraft as well, so his online presence was massive. We haven't seen him much in the last sort of 3 or 4 years, because that's actually how long he's been suffering. And I want to very, very quickly hand over, because I could talk about Paul Hadrill, DJ Skits, but there's a man who's better than me to do it, because he was one of his best friends. So very briefly, I'm going to hand you over to Ken's.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Marky. Yes, DJ Skits, I'm not sure if everybody in the room knew Skits, but he did make a big contribution to the retro scene. He was a DJ on Slay Radio for many years. He also helped out at the Back in Time Live events. He did a hell of a lot of work for those events, and he was such a kind of modest guy that he never really got the credit he deserved for that, because he did put a lot in. And what can I say about my friend? He was a humble, sort of modest, he was generous, he was a really, really nice guy. And he was diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumour about 5 years ago, but he did not let him stop contributing to the retro scene right until the end. He was my co-pilot to a lot of these RVs because he couldn't drive, and yeah, he sadly passed away a few months ago, and he will be missed, but we are all rocking that RV in his honour, and hopefully you will put your hands in your pockets and spend some dosh to raise for good causes so that no more friends are taken from us. And that's it, really. Skits.
Thank you. I haven't actually asked Kedens if I can actually say this, but a few of us who went to the funeral, it was one of those very bizarre days where you spend so much time with a person and suddenly on a cold, wet day, it was freezing, they were lowering our friend into a hole in the ground, and it just seemed really, really weird, and it really does bring it down to, God, you know, we come this way but once, we've got to live life to the max, and you know, I'm the worst one to talk facts. I keep falling off motorbikes. But I've stopped doing that because my daughter says, Daddy, please don't go on anymore, so I'm not. So that's good. But anyway, so back to this RV. 37 machines we're running, which for a little brief affair, because this was supposed to be like a bit of a laid-back gig, we're actually running more games than we ever have. So I hope you're really, really enjoying those. I do have, before I get on with the thank yous to the team, I do have one more piece of very bad news. This is, I mean, I never thought I'd have to tell you this, you know, and it's breaking my heart, because it's the first time it's happened in 10 whole years. For the first time, I don't have a copy of Blitz Basic to give away. Usually the people who win them the year before bring them back. There's not even one in the auction. That'd be a lot to see what that got. Anyway, listen, very, very quickly, I want to thank this team, because please give it up for making all this happen. Firstly, it's Starship UK. To the mighty Psycho Rob. To the Games Master himself, Mr. Matt. And a really big, huge thank you to Matt B just there for coming in and bringing loads of stuff. And also a welcome to the newest member of the RV team who's going to be working with us, and she's so very sexy, so at least we've got some glamour in the team. Amy. Okay guys, we're going to get on with the cups for the competitions now, so I'm going to hand you over to your two hosts for this, Matt and Steve.
2 girls, 1 cup. I now feel far dirtier than I ever have at a Retrovision, and I've seen Bane dance on the table.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, yes. For those of you who don't know,
yes.
There was we've got pictures, don't worry, back it up.
Pictures.
Basically, we had a Facebook. We had a minor retro gaming event in Exeter at the arcade barn, and a lot of you came down for that, which was lovely. I couldn't make the event, but I came out for drinks afterwards to my favourite place of drinking in Exeter, because it's where I'm from. And this rather attractive young lady decides she wants to dance with somebody.
Bizarre.
And the person who stands forward is young Mr. Bane here. And well, the rest is history. And my therapist thanks you so much for that, because he's making a lot of money off of me now. Thank you, Bane. Please give it up for Bane. It's not Retrovision without it, is it? So, moving on to the cups. We had a competition yesterday. Most of us have never played this game before. This person had, so we think it's a bit of a fix. But please give it up for Noah for winning Hamster Ball. Hamster Ball is not spelt wrong. Hamster Ball.
Suck them off.
Trophy, and it's spelled with a P. It's spelled H-A-M-P-S-T-E-R.
Yeah.
You knew that?
Apparently I thought it was spelled like that.
There's also an extra prize for this one. An actual hamster ball.
Wow. Whoever thought Steve would be giving her balls?
We have a story about that, don't we?
Well, for another time. For another time, yak-yackers. And not just yak-yackers anymore. It's in the past. Right, next up, the Bomberman competition from this afternoon. Boo. Woo. Okay, please, Chris, step forward. You've won it. Where is he? There he is. I think you've got to pose with it. Oh, he's too cool for school. In fact, most of us might be. Okay, the Hyper Viper competition from earlier on this afternoon also. There's a lot of competitions. Please step forward, Starship Command. Who's going to take a picture of him receiving it? No accidental bumming, no accidental bumming.
I'm giving, no receiving.
That's alright then. And I wouldn't go too far, because the winner of the Sheepoint Trophy was also Starship Command. 2 cups, 1 each. And the Tetris competition, there was a bit of a washout this year. We're going to be giving out cups to the same people repeatedly. Renoa, please step forward to receive your Tetris cup. It's alright.
1 each.
2 cups, 1 girl.
Can we tell a story?
The sequel!
The sequel! Beer man, go into the front of the room.
Yes, Mr. Beer Man, come and give us your trophy, Beer Man.
Dodging you in, though.
I'm going to hand it over to the man, the barbecue man.
Yes, we have here the Minotaur Challenge Cup. The winner of which is Vinny. Please step forward. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Beer Man, thank you, Vinny. Then the competition was done. So there's only a couple of things to do. The next bit, unfortunately, is going to be quite long, but there are some bloody amazing bargains to be had in the auction this evening.
Your mum was long. Sorry, I had to say it.
It's very true. So while Amy and Matt are getting themselves prepared, next year, show of hands, do we like RV in February, where I like it, or do we want it in May? So for February 1st.
Do I have to barbecue again?
For May?
Beer man, you have to barbecue everybody who voted for May. So, Mark, at the end of the day, it's your event. What do you think?
August, it's up to you, Mark. August, oh come on.
Can we go in between?
You seem to have the mistaken belief
Are we
this is
still
a
talking about
democracy.
next year's date?
Mark, it's your choice.
January!
Somewhere between March and April.
Oh, let's keep it in May. You win.
Well, that backfired,
Thanks
didn't
for
it,
your
Marcus?
support, guys. It was only a little hint that I like it in February. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get on with the auction with our newest recruit, the lovely Amy.
Hey!
Have a microphone, Amy.
Abby, unshaven.
And we need Renegade side forwards as well. He's an assistant.